Hello everyone, it's Anna Wheaton from Nudge Nudge Ink Ink. And today I'm going to show you how to make a custom sized treat box. So if you're buying a treat that you want to give someone and you want to create a box that's the right size, here's an idea for you. The box is in two parts, top and bottom, and it's designed to hold a Cheery Ripe layer, is what layers it's called. So if you haven't discovered these in Australia, they're a Cheery Ripe single packaged dome, and down the bottom of them is Cheery Ripe jelly. They're delicious, but don't pay full price. Wait till they're on sale, half price or 3 for whatever at Coles or Woolies. Otherwise, they're too expensive. Now, the reason I created this was I went searching for them is because we have this cherry punch. So on page 19 of the catalogue, we have Sweetest Cherries stamp set and a coordinating punch. You can buy those together in a bundle, but I do love showing off punches like this because they're a great standalone item. If the stamp set didn't appeal to you, you might just want the punch and be popping out cherry projects. So the way I put this together is using my grid paper. Now this is invaluable for when you're working something out like this. We sell the full-size grid paper and I have it sitting on my desk all the time. I often use secondhand from classes, and then once it's been written and stamped on and so on, I just toss it away. We also have a smaller version which is made for the Stamparatus, but this is really good also to have handy because it's a smaller size. I'm going to use this, but I'll just fold it in half so that it fits in the camera better. And we're going to work from this bottom corner. So I take my treat, grab a pen, and if I'm making a box, we work from the edge of the cardboard, which of course would be the top edge of the box. So I pop this on its side and I measure just how much height it needs. So it's going to fit there into 3 centimeters. So I just make a mark there. So if I bring that up close, you can see, hopefully, that sits in 3 centimeters. It's not going to stick out the top. Then I lie it down and I work out my length. So that is going to fit. I don't want it too big. I could easily just mark that at 10. So from 3 to 10, that's 7 centimeters. Right, so my bottom is going to be 7 centimeters, and then I add another 3 because that's the other edge. Right, so I've worked out essentially from here going round to here. So now I have to work out the measurements going round this way. So of course, if my sides are 3 centimeters, so will my ends be. So I can just go 3 centimeters here as well, measuring this way. And now I put this back to work out how far I need to measure across it. So it's going to fit in 5 centimeters. So I'm going to mark there. So there's my edge. And there's my 5 centimeters for the bottom of my box. And then I just mark in my other 3 centimeters. All right, if I measure this up, not measure it up, rule it up, you'll see how it comes together. I end up with a piece that is 13 centimeters by 11 centimeters. That's how big my cardboard has to be. And then I measure across here, and I just put my dotted line. This is my score line. Just be kind of quick. And the grid paper makes it really easy to get your lines straight because you're just lining it up with the light grey lines that are on here. So you can see how this box is going to form now. So this is the bottom and it is 7 by 5. All right, and then I have 3 centimeter sides all round. All right, so if I bring in my cardboard, I've already cut it, 13 by 11, and I have 2 of them. One is my top and one is my bottom. I bring in my trimmer, which I just used, but I don't know where I've put it. And we're working in centimeters, so see out the edge here, that's my 3 centimeter mark. So I'm lining the edge of my cardboard up, and I'm using my score blade, not my cutting blade, and I'm do my 3 centimeters. Rotate, 3 centimeters. Rotate, 3 centimeters. Rotate, 3 centimeters. So I have scored this all the way around. I think you can see that. I'm then going to come in and cut it. So I'm cutting here up the vertical until I hit the horizontal line. So I'm cutting that. Same here. Swing that round to the other side. Same here and same here. So if I was creating this to be saved, I could even come in here and mark those, or put a scissor symbol or something like that. Now, let me score all of these. And this is the base of my box. These are going to fold so that they're inside, like so, to form my box, okay? And when we do that, if you wanted to, you could also just cut away a little bit there on each of those flaps. But there's really no need. If you're cutting it nice and straight, it'll actually help you get good right angles and straight sides, depending on your confidence level. All right, now we want to adhere this, and the flaps are going on the inside. So you can use our seal. We have Stampin' Seal Plus, which is nice and strong for boxes. I use that on all the samples that I made. For this, I'm using Tombow. Tombow's great because, as I've said before, it's got good wiggle room. So if you don't get things exactly straight, you've still got a bit of time to rearrange, to shift. So I'm going to put that together like this, and I make sure that the edge of that side flap lines up beautifully with that scored corner. You want to make sure that you don't have too much Tombow. See, you can just see a little white bit there. So if you can imagine, if I had a lot, it would squelch. That's the official term. Didn't plan that very well. All right, so tucking those in. Now, again, because I've got that wiggle room, I just go around a little bit and slide them into place. Just check that they haven't shifted. And there is the bottom. I'll leave that for a moment, just for the glue. And then this will just drop in there. Like so. Perfect fit. Custom made. Okay, let me bring back my sample. Now, the lid is made the same size piece of cardboard, but we do it slightly differently. This is exactly the same as the one I've just made. So scored in the same place, same size. So if I was to put that over this one that I've just made, I would really have to squash it to get it in under here, right? Because they are exactly the same size. So that's where this has to be slightly bigger, and I'll show you an easy way to do that. Here's my piece for my lid, and I'm going to line it up in my trimmer What we want is a lid surface area. This has to be slightly larger than the bottom, which means we're going to take a little bit away from the side measurements. So instead of 3, okay, instead of lining it up on the 3, we're bringing it back 1 tick mark so that it's lined up on 2.9. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but you can hear 2.9. Put my cutting blade out of the way, score, rotate, 2.9, 2.9, 2.9. So because I have done those at 2.9 all the way around, that means this middle rectangle is just that tiny bit larger to fit over the bottom. Now, because it's a fairly snug box, I'm going to get, I have a little circle punch that's a 1/2 inch. I'm going to put it at the midpoint of that side, and I have equal distance either side of it, and also I'm just going in halfway with the punch and popping those out. They're going to be my thumb holes. Do my score lines. And my glue. And gluing it the same as I did the bottom. I just put my finger in the glue somewhere. Don't do that. Great way to get both of these in is to just do them both at the same time. Fold them in and then fold it up like that. Okay. Just rotate it and squeeze it so that those are gripping. Put my Cheery Ripe in, and then this will fit over the top like that. Not too small, not too big. Now remember, when we did this, we said the bottom is 7.5. So that's a good measurement to remember, because then I cut a piece of DSP. This is our new In Colour Designer Series paper. Comes in a 6x6 pack with 4 different patterns. So this is Parakeet Party, and the pack has the other 4 in colours. So I've cut that just 1/2 a centimetre smaller, so 6.5 by 4.5. And putting that on top. To decorate, let's slit around a bit. All right, now for my cherry. Grab my punch. Even if we're not punching out an image, a stamped image with the punch, it's always good to use it upside down. That's going to punch my leaves as well. I could cut a smaller piece of cardboard so as not to waste, but I didn't. There's my cherry. Here's an example. So my green, I've just cut it a smaller strip so that I'm not also cutting out a green cherry. So I want my stalk. I do. Where is it? When I made all of my samples, I lost a stalk and a leaf, and it wasn't until I finished everything that I found them. They'd sort of jumped down. I'll find it once I punch another one. There it is. That. Okay. So I still go to turn over the cherry. It's exactly the same size, the same on both sides, no matter how you look at it. Okay, 2 dimensionals on the cherry. Put that in place. And then I didn't try to dimensionalize the stalk. What I did was I got my Tombow and I put a little bit on the where it meets the cherry, a bit on the other end. And I put that in place. Give it a bit of a press so you can see it sort of has a little bit of a space there in behind it. Then 2 leaves. I liked having the leaves, see how they have a bit of a, they curve up a little bit. I liked having that facing up, but then when you do it with both of them, it looks like a moustache. But what I'll do is I'll point this one downwards. Oh, everything's escaping on me. Ah! So I'll do that. Then with this sample, I used, we've got beautiful, beautiful adhesives. So these were the flower adhesive backed trinkets. And this is a silver one. And there's also gold. But for this one, I've got Fun Flowers resin shapes. Oh, I may as well go for a green one. Use my take your pick tool. I can just pick that up. Really, I can. Yeah. Okay, pick it up with my finger whilst holding the take your pick tool in the other hand. So there you have it. Specially made little treat box. There's the flower resin shape and there's the silver and the gold of the flowers adhesive backed trinkets. And that is how you customize a shape. Thank you. I hope that's helpful and I hope you give it a go. Bye.